Secure the objective.
What's up, guys? It's Grindzilla86, and I am bringing you my first episode of Workingman series, and it's gonna be a two-story special, anyways. And I was gonna do a little throwback series and call it like Stomping Saturdays or Sundays, but I think I'll just use those gameplays and integrate them in with funny stories. So anyways, if you guys are from New Web's channel, any of you subscribers, just I don't know, mute it if you don't want to hear the story again, or listen to some music, or I don't know, something. But but I'm gonna tell another story also. So anyways, we'll start off with the first story that's not so funny. So it is funny, but not as funny as the second story. So I was working down with this company, a refrigeration company down in Virginia that does like heating and air. They're like a mechanical contractor, does heating and air, plumbing, and electrical. Electrical work. So anyways, I'm working with this guy Justin, and we go to this beautiful dream home on the water. I mean, awesome home. I'd say at least like $1 million home, and right on the bay, huge lot. It's kind of in a development, but they have big lots for development, like a 2-acre plot, waterfront, bulkhead, dock out to the water. It's just a sick setup. So when we walk up to the house, we get a call saying that there's a leak. So we go out there to check it out. As soon as we get up to the front door, it looks like there was a sauna. like the house is a sauna. So we're like, that's not good. He's like, yeah, that's a leak on the hot water side. We walk in, the house is trashed. Like the floors, it had solid hardwood floors in the downstairs, and they were completely buckled. It looked like, if you guys have ever seen that movie Tremors, it looked like little mini tremors or moles had buried tunnels through the floors. Like, it was insane. They were completely bowed up, and it totally destroyed the hardwood floors. The house was already totally moldy. The ceiling had caved in at one spot, and it was actually the boiler line. What had happened was this guy was a little bit hard-headed, so he left for, I'm not sure, maybe like a month or something, because they're from like New York or New Jersey, so it was probably like a 5-6 hour drive for them. So anyways, they go back home. This is their vacation home, and so the guy turned off the heat and left his water on, which was a huge mistake. So it was brutally cold down there on the water. So what had happened was the hot water lines were so hot that once they froze, they just completely burst. It looked like somebody threw M80 firecrackers in the line, and the water had been running for at least 24 hours before anyone discovered it. So the house was totally ruined, the downstairs, and the neighbor, he was a really cool guy too. His neighbor, his friend, came over and was telling us the story about it. So this guy, Frank, the homeowner, when he calls the neighbor Don, and Don, when he calls Frank, he goes, "Frank, you gotta get down here, man. Your house is totally destroyed. It is ruined." So the first thing Frank says is my Redskins picture on the wall okay? And oh man, I laughed so hard. His dream home is totally destroyed, and he's worried about this picture on the wall. So I go check out the picture. It's actually a vintage poster from the 1937 Super Bowl, and it was autographed by every member of the team, the Redskins. It was insane. That thing's probably, who knows how much it's worth if it's an original. So anyways, that's my first story. We'll move on to the second story, and that old guy was so cool. He didn't think anything of it. He said it's just materialistic, and I would have probably cried and ripped my hair out if I was him once I saw the house. But second story is, we were working on these beautiful homes like this, and Justin tells me one morning, he's like, "Dude, this is not gonna be good, man." I'm like, okay, we've had nothing but gravy jobs and multi-million-dollar houses and stuff. Like, I even met a billionaire, the dude that started the NASDAQ company, one of the founding fathers. I snaked his toilet, and I even told him, "Sir, it was an honor to snake your toilet." And he thought it was so funny, but dude was a legit billionaire. It's insane. So anyways, I'm like, you know, this is gonna suck. So we go to this house. It's like a house, a trailer behind a house, and the lady's nuts, the dude's nuts. So you know, we get into a stalemate on the lady's toilet. And, you know, we didn't have the gasket to fix it, and the gasket that holds the tank onto the toilet was dry rotted, so it was leaking all over the floor. So we didn't have one, so Justin ran back to the shop to get one, and he's like, go check out Homeboy's toilet, you know, in the back. So I'm like, alright. He had already told me dude was a weirdo, so I'm like, okay. So his mom, the lady, escorts me over there and then just leaves as soon as I walk in. So when I'm in the toilet, or in the bathroom adjusting the toilet, this dude walks up on me, and I'm like, whoa! Like, this dude straight up looks like Sling Blade at like 50 years old, and like super heavy set overweight. It was insane. So I'm like, oh my god, Sling Blade's gonna get me. So anyways, I got his toilet fixed, adjusted. All it was the fill valve needed to be adjusted so it could get like a full flow. So when I'm adjusting the toilet, something taps me on the arm, and I'm like busting out kung fu moves, you know, thinking that, you know, this dude's out to get me or something. So, and then I do a double take, look over, and I'm like, oh my god, like, this dude legitly had an industrial strength paint stirrer that he was using as a shit stick. He had labeled, and so anyways, his poop stick was you know, hanging up on the wall, labeled that, and you know, he had it right next to the toilet, and it touched me before I noticed it. Oh, that was so gross. I almost threw that jacket away. But come on, Max, I'm trying to tell a dirty story, Bubba. You gotta get up out of here. I don't want to make it clean cut. So anyways, you know, the poop stick touched me, and then you know, so I was just quick out of there. The guy was like, I got it adjusted, full flow toilet, boom, flushed it again. So I was like, alright dude, your toilet's good to go. And he turns to me and goes, I want you to snake that toilet. And I was like, alright, yep, I'll get right on it. And as soon as he turned his back, boom, I was out the door. I'm like, yeah, right. I'll just tell his mom what's going on. So then when I was talking to his mom about it, she swore that, like, I didn't do anything to the toilet. And I'm like, look, lady, you know, like, what do you want me to do? I'll get an industrial strength toilet and, like, modify a garbage disposal to grind up his turds or something. And her whole thing was, my son just has such massive fecal movement.